It's going to be rain and thunderstorms for the next couple days, and I'm already missing this cozy bed, some books about the AT. Reviews are good. We just visited the Mount Rogers Visitor Center. We learned about the different wildlife here, reviewed some of the wildflowers. I learned about the different kinds of anemone, rue anemone, and wood anemone. We're going to be in the Mount Rogers area till we get to Damascus. He is a barn owl. Here's the beaver.
He looks cuter from over here. He looks better.
He does look cute from over here. Slap, slap. And then over here,
he looks fierce.
Hungry. I just met Carrie, a really nice shuttle driver from the Marion area, who was just swinging through and asked if we wanted to ride to town. Given that we haven't actually started hiking today, it seemed like a bad idea. My pack feels heavy. It's 32 pounds. How much does your pack weigh?
My pack weighs 20 pounds.
But you would like to say that it's proportional.
I don't have any water.
You don't have any water?
Why have this?
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you going to get some water?
I thought there was lots of water. I just drank a whole glass of water.
Do you want to get some water? Because after the water in 1.5 miles, there's no water for 5 miles.
Well, then I'll wait for 1.5 miles.
I'm hoping that some of the poundage is the apple that is for the horses. I have high hopes. And the quesadillas.
To my 20 pounds. And then I added an apple.
Is it for you or for the horses?
I think it's for both of us. I might eat some of it and they can eat the rest.
I was thinking the same thing. I also have a quesadilla that I'm hoping weighs several pounds. We are approaching the Partnership Shelter, which is one of the shelters on the AT that is contention for the fanciest. A shelter where you can definitely get a pizza delivered. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'm glad that we didn't stay there. Oh my gosh, it's really close to the parking lot. Like really, really, really close. That looks like a friendly dog.
It does.
Hello! Are you looking for food? Are you a wolf? You look like a wolf.
You look like a cattle dog.
This is really nice. Wow. For some reason I thought this shelter was going to have a big porch, which it doesn't, but it does have a hot shower. The most important thing about this shelter is that you can order pizza and take the bus. And here we go, into the woods. Thank God. I'm about to use my magical ibuprofen dispenser. I am so proud of this. I think it's just gonna be one. I am gonna be going up. Easy walking this morning so far. Maybe we can actually get more than 10 miles today. Maybe even more than 12. That would be a nice thing. With this bubble thing, so I keep talking about it because no one can quite figure it out. The people in the bubble think they're not in the bubble. I'm with the owner of Marion Outdoors, which is really like the best hiking gear store I've ever been in. It's awesome. And Coach, who runs it, is awesome. And he asked us if we thought we were in the bubble. He did not realize that we were going southbound. Bubble doesn't apply, but we have an opinion on it because we pass all the northbounders. He runs the hostel too. And he said that they really weren't seeing a bubble this year. They were seeing plenty of consistent activity, that they'd be kind of full up, but not overfull, not refusing a lot of people, and just these little waves. But it's been going on for about a month, as opposed to his usual pattern where it would go from nothing to super full to nothing again. So maybe all the efforts the ATC has been doing for years to get people to flip-flop, start different dates, and everything else, just avoid this super bubble, have worked. I have some nutrition notes. First one being that I've lost 15 pounds since I've been on trail, but I think most of that was kick-started by norovirus, a very popular and effective way to start a diet. First thing I learned was that you didn't really need to eat your vegetables. Vegetables are great. I love salads. Vegetables are hard to carry, and they really are not necessary on the trail. You stop in town and you try to get some healthier food then. What you really need out here is calories, protein, fat. You just need to be intaking the fuel. That was a big paradigm change for me. when I realized Fritos were a very reasonable and actually optimal food for the trail. Go straight through. That's really cool. Decomposition is fascinating. Slugs, not so much. Since I studied anemones at the Mount Rogers headquarters this morning, that appears to be a rue anemone as opposed to a wood anemone. Very homemade style. Maybe to keep the utility trucks from deciding to drive on the AT. I'm not really sure. I think we're reaching the peak of our first notable climb of the day. We do have a much longer one later in the day. I think like 9 miles in, maybe a 1,500 foot climb. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, to the road. Cool rocks. We're seeing hikers about every 15 minutes, and I'm just the bearer of good news. I keep telling them to go to Marion, and I'm also encouraging everyone to go to trail days, which for these folks is backtracking. But there's this outfit, HB Shuttles, that covers the area from Damascus to Pearisburg, which is like 300 miles of southern Virginia. Super convenient, and they're just picking up all the hikers and dropping them off in Damascus. It's almost a creepy thing, except it's very cool. Wow, that's a big tree across the trail. I'm glad it's cut, although honestly I could probably get underneath it. Oh, AT also cut through. This is fresh cut, I can smell it. I finally feel good, and I am excited to do some miles today. My foot still hurts, but I took 1 ibuprofen, and it feels good enough to hike. Of course, I haven't done any huge downhills yet. I'm really hoping we can get 15 miles today. That would really make me feel, I don't know, settled. There's a lot of poison ivy in this area, alongside the trail, and also on the trees. Like, yep, nice, oily poison ivy. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together why there was so much calamine lotion and anti-itch cream at the hiker hostel in Marion. It's because of all this poison ivy. I remember looking through the box and thinking, man, there are a lot of itchy hikers around here. Blooms try to hide, but there they are. Lots of blooming mayaples. I'm gonna sit for a minute and have a snack. Delicious. Looks like we got some rain in the distance. Hope it doesn't hit us. We keep getting really lucky and just hitting the edges of storms. We haven't yet hit one head on. Love to keep it that way. I'm afraid to even talk about it. I had an interaction this morning that really got me all riled up. I couldn't quite figure out why it's bothering me so much. There was this older guy. Who knows? Maybe he hiked the trail in the past. Older hippie walking a small dog in town. As we were going to the post office, and he started asking, hey, are you through hiking? Hey, what's your trail name? And then he said, come talk to me. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm on the way to the post office. And he said, clearly you're not from Virginia, insinuating that, you know, if we had any manners, we would actually come talk to him. And it really got me riled up. Why? If he hadn't pulled out the whole, are you on the AT, this would have been saying to some younger women, I'm not saying I'm young, but certainly younger than him, hey babe, why don't you come over and talk to me? Oh wait, you don't want to talk to me? I'm going to insult you. And everybody knows that would be a weird interaction. So what really pissed me off was he was using the Appalachian Trail and that commonality, the love for the trail, the instant community, to cover up the fact that he was just a skeevy old man trying to get a younger woman to talk to him. And that's what made me really mad. And while I'm ranting about slightly skeevy older men, gentleman who was giving trail magic the other day, which I totally appreciate, and he was also a little skeevy. When I asked him if I could take a picture, he got just a little too close, and it was weird. And I was glad there were other people around. The pack is actually lighter now that we've eaten a pound or more of quesadillas.
Please stay fine.
I don't know if that interests you. This is some easy walking, and thank God, because my ankle feels relatively okay today. I've only taken the one ibuprofen, and it was way back, maybe almost wearing off. If this keeps up, we might get some decent miles today. And our stormy day has turned out beautiful so far. Oh, just goes on and on. Wow. Glad I wasn't crawling through this. So many things to be thankful for. Oh, it just continues. My God. I can sit right here. Should I make room for you?
Yes, make room for you. We'll find room somewhere. Let's go to the bridge.
I can make room, I guess. Who's not giving out trail magic. And Turtle Toe just embarrassed me by mentioning it to this woman who was walking across the bridge, who I knew with 98% certainty was his wife and about to get in the van. So I told them they should have a sign out that says, "We are not giving out trail magic." Do you want to be in my picture?
No. All right. As long as I can eat at the same time.
Well, I was actually going to make you move over. What are you eating?
Chocolate. Brownie bites, chocolate.
The AT diverts right here, but very confusing. Behind that fence post, there's a post with a blaze. I bet you anything we're gonna go around the corner here, go into that pastures. I will close the gate. I guess we weren't to be trusted with the red gate. Oh my God, how lovely. I knew it. A little bit of cow pie lottery. You gotta keep your eyes on the trail. Turtle Toe figured it out. Oh gosh, this is just gorgeous. Yes, it is a very good day. Trying to get down all my city water before it's time to refill at the Trimpy shelter. You're making sure we both emerge from the pasture? It's tall trees. It's really nice trail. We are having our afternoon discussions of where we might stop. And we have about somewhere between 2 and 3 miles of this mountain to walk up. So that could be plenty to make the end of our day. It could mean we go down the other side. To be determined. I wonder why this is here. What do you think?
But he left it here so they could go down to the shelter and kill everybody.
I was thinking similar things. Oh boy.
My God.
I'd have her in the morning. We're taking a side trip to the shelter.
I'm tempted to stay here, but I feel like I have a few more miles to go.
I know. Raccoon Branch, and it's a beauty of an evening. Nice time to hike, although quickly turn into I'm ready to camp. A pair of slippers. There's one just barely getting ready. We do have some trail Tetris, but actually so far there have been some things that look hard, but they're all quite passable, and I think this is the same. Well, over, under, over, 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 and under. Oh, done. I was feeling pretty positive about these last 2 miles and maybe even going further. That was until I put an extra couple pounds of water in my bag and it just tipped it over into the non-sustainable weight. And now the top of the mountain is where we're stopping. As Turtle Toe says, barring inappropriate conditions. Found a few more rocks, but these are really mild compared to rocks that we've been dealing with in general. And also very, very distance limited. A big log. Or there I go, making this look really steep again. It does feel kind of steep. Whew. We're ending at such a nice time. Oh, I think this is great. Wow, that's almost as good as my ibuprofen container. I knew that comb was a winner when I saw it. You think you're gonna throw this out? Will you please give it to me?
I won't throw it out.
You never know.
It would land on our tent if it fell.
If it fell this direction, not only does it have to fall, it has to fall this direction.
Right.
So the bad news.
What's the bad news?
Severe thunderstorm watch. The good news is that there are blue skies right now, so we don't have to set up the tent in a hurry. Like we did the other night. That's stressful. The thunder has stopped. It's actually more colorful in the east. But I'm getting in the tent just because. Nobody can tell my glasses only have one arm. Should we have a discussion?
No.
What would you like to discuss? Actually, I thought we were going to go further before we got that water. Ugh. Anyway. I can hear the whippoorwill. I can